Wow, it's interesting times. And no more than right now being in Bangkok. It's been a while since I've spoken to some of you. We've had some interesting things happening in Thailand. Since I last spoke to you, we're now on our third Prime Minister. And hopefully when I speak to you next time, we will still have the same Prime Minister. But that probably a 50-50. So, if Thailand is nothing but is resilient, during this times, Thailand has remained independent right through the colonisation period. We've had economic growth, sometimes anemic, but even still right through some of the greatest turmoils that any of us have seen in our lifetime. But we're on the verge of change. And I don't just mean the change of making some of the things that used to be vices and things like entertainment, drugs, and gambling legal. It's about some of the major changes around the world. We're coming out of a period where we had virtually free money in the economy for the last 15 years. So we had enormous valuations, and that kept up zombie companies. Perhaps no more than here. But that's probably a talk for another day about the movement of the economy and interest rates and free money and incredible valuations and things like that. We are on the verge here in Thailand of an amazing technological revolution. Looking around the room, some of you are an age that hopefully you'll remember Napster. Some of you, like Chris, we probably remember the days of punch cards and things like that. But Napster, if you recall, it was the first time where you had music sharing. It was illegal, but people could actually access music online. A lot of us didn't quite understand it, that what we were facing was a major technological change. A leap where we were getting used to things happening on the internet, online. A whole brand new world for us. And that led to permanent transformation, even destruction and ruination in a number of industries. Travel agents, video stores, journalism, CDs, DVDs, even the postal service changed during that period. But that was the beginning of a whole new digital world. And it quickly became clear that Napster was putting us on a journey of something quite large. We went from the first time where non-technical people could access the internet. You could start seeing the disruption. People were walking around with music in their pockets, being able to not wait for the video to come out or for your free-to-air channel on television to play your movie or your series. You could start watching it when and where you wanted. So where are we now? If we were to compare the world in the world of AI, where are we right now? Are we at the stage of Napster, just starting that phase, or are we where Netflix and Spotify? I firmly believe that we are at the Napster stage. It is just emerging. So where is this going to take the world now? What will our world look like in 10 years' time? One thing's for sure, it's going to look very, very different to today. We're seeing the pace of change being incredibly rapid. So let's try and imagine what that future may look like. It's a future where your top people in the organisation are spending 90% of their time on R&D, on quality control, on customer relations. They're not getting bogged down on the menial tasks. AI is performing those tasks. And we're freeing up humans to do real thinking rather than getting bogged down on processes and being able to do things that really, really matter and add value. And that future workplace is not about replacing humans with machines, but it's about creating an environment that enables human beings to go to a next level, to enhance your capabilities. That's the world we're moving to. Being able to adapt, being agile, being much more efficient. Obviously, this is not looking forward 10 years, this is happening right now. And our AI is allowing our businesses to streamline processes, improving customer satisfaction, innovating at unprecedented speeds as more and more businesses embrace AI. So let's look at a current structure for a business. To stay ahead, businesses are going to need to slim down. They're going to need to slim down and stream processes. Businesses are going to need to focus on what they are good at, what they set that business up for in the first place, and outsource all the other areas: facilities management, property, logistics, accounting, IT, marketing. So let the people who are really good at those areas focus on those. Let them develop AI in those areas, and you as business leaders can focus on what your business was set up to do in the first place. So we're streamlining a business down. We're cutting out all those parts that are add-ons to your business but are not really necessarily adding value. And the companies that optimize and streamline these non-core facilities and non-core activities are going to be much more agile, much more profitable, and will survive into the future. Now, a lot of business leaders are concerned that AI is going to replace people. AI is not going to replace human beings. What will happen is businesses that adopt AI will replace the businesses that don't. So let's come back and look at where Thailand is at the moment. AI provides some great hopes to some of our biggest challenges we are facing, which is, as you've seen, we report regularly an ageing population. By 2029, there will be more people retiring each year than entering the workforce. That's the challenge we're facing. Some years ago, I presented this graph on the right, which was the age demographics of this country back in 2000, which is sort of in the shape of a perfect Thai temple. How society should be in a productive workforce. And I said a while ago we were moving more to a miso soup bowl, but we're actually looking more like Tutankhamun when we go forward. We are getting a much, much older population. The fertility rate to maintain a population, a workforce, healthy workforce, is 2.1 per year. Since 1993, that has been declining. Some of you may recall back in 91, 92, we had Kun Michai, was very active in the market. Maybe he did far too good a job on birth control. So one answer, perhaps, is go forth and procreate. Or, what else do we do about that? In 2023, we've had less than 500,000 children born in this country. That's the lowest number in 70 years. Current population of Thailand is 71 million. If this trend continues, we will drop to a population of 44.5 million. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real challenge for a country, for us, but there's the opportunity. The BOI is reporting at the moment that there is 12,000 unfulfilled positions in the machinery sector, the automotive sector, electronic sector. And that's just in those specialist areas. We look forward and say, how are businesses dealing with people in Thailand at the moment? We can all see when you go to 7-Eleven, when you go to some of the department stores. Interestingly, on Saturday, I went to a brand new expanded pharmacy down from Plernchit Station called Siam Pharmacy. I don't know whether some of you have seen it. The process I went through, I wanted to just buy some fairly basic items off the shelf. I had to take those items, I had to take them up to the counter, the lady keyed them into a computer, printed out a piece of paper, called someone over, they checked that list of things that I had, they were then allowed to put that into a bag, they then gave it, another person then gave me an invoice, took my credit card, went to a cashier, gave it to someone else. With this population change, that's not possible anymore. We're going to have to change. Already we are seeing stores like Amazon popping up, where basically you scan in and it just watches what you take and then you walk out. That would be a very, very different experience to what I went through on Saturday. But this is not just about reducing headcount, it's about making businesses much more competitive. Thailand's currently caught in what the World Bank call the middle income trap, where the economy's got to a certain stage of growth, but it's not growing at the speed it needs to grow. And remember, there's only two ways to grow an economy. Increase your population or increase productivity. Now we've seen from where Thailand's going that the first is not an option. So we need to become much more productive. And this is probably accounting for the anemic growth, and some could say the substandard growth we've been having through Thailand over the last few years, compared to our neighbours. And we're talking about increasing salaries again. And that's going to make us even less competitive to our rivals. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must increase productivity. And the simplest way, the best way to do that, given what we have now, is the use of technology and AI. To take us away from this potential steady decline into a thriving economy. AI provides Thailand with a future. It's not about replacing human workers, but rather filling the gaps with AI, with automation. Thank you for all attending today. We've got a great lineup of speakers. Grant Thornton, we have prepared a document transformation, guide to business transformation. The QR code's there. It's free to download. We'll have that out later. Please enjoy your day. Thank you all for coming. Apologies we were late starting, but I'm sure you'll really enjoy our speakers today. So thank you.